Hello YouTube, I'm the Gaming Pegasus 187, and this is Side Scroller Sunday, episode 14, with the Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the Super Nintendo. Obviously, I've always had a rule that I would never play games that I don't own. Obviously, I've broken that with the last two games I've played. So, since I've pretty much just conquered that rule, in the same way that Paul Heyman's client Brock Lesnar conquered the streak, and then conquered Fruity Pebbles John Cena. I technically do own the NES port of this game on the Virtual Console on the 3DS, but since I can't record 3DS footage, might as well go with a graphically superior port on a very expensive cartridge. This game is expensive. Don't believe me? Look it up. With whom did father have a duel and lose? For what reason did he fight and die? Even I don't know for sure. The day after he disappeared, in father's room I found a letter addressed to me. It said, "Ryu, I'm on my way to a life-or-death duel. If it is my destiny that I not return, you are to take the dragon sword of the Hayabusa family and go to America and see the archaeologist Walter Smith. Ryu, be always brave. I will get my revenge." That's pretty much the story. The great thing about this port is just the same way that, Mario All-Stars, only that cartridge is a lot less expensive because it was an earlier release and Mario has always been Nintendo's golden boy. These are really good games, but they're notoriously fucking difficult. You'll see when I get in the couple stages in. That was the one thing that later the Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 improved on. You can climb up walls, so you don't have to do this really weird, like, jump climb thing. It's hard to explain unless you see it, or try it. Take him out. Screwed up, and I didn't grab the power-up. This is a fun power-up. You can actually take out the second boss pretty easy with that. But I'm not here to completely talk about the gameplay and how amazing this is, but this is one of the more expensive carts. A lot of the later release Super Nintendo games are like that, and, NES games same way. But I don't know, I guess for people that may not have played the original Ninja Gaiden games, this was definitely a good pickup for them, but I don't know, maybe people felt that, well, we already have the games, why not? And, it wasn't Mario, so. And this guy's a bitch. He's just a little bitch. The only way you could take him out easier if he was Justin Bieber. And no, I'm not going to make the obvious joke about this idea that him and Selena Gomez are trying to get pregnant. It's really too easy to make that joke. Who are they? They seem to be following me. Who's there? Just a girl. Get out of here! I will, but first. What the? What's he gonna say? What the fuck? Yeah, no, AVGN joke, but. Act 2. Love that music. Ow. Where am I? I see the anesthetic is wearing off. Who are you? Shh, don't make so much noise. I've got a favor to ask of you. Here, take this and escape. What is this? The statue! There's no time to explain. Hurry! Hey, wait, who are you? Did you try to kill me? Someone's coming. Be careful. You know, that is a legitimate question. Was she just trying to kill him? Anyway. I lost where the hell I was. Oh yeah, I was bitching about Bieber. Yeah, the obvious joke would be so Selena's trying to get Bieber pregnant. I know that doesn't make any logical sense, even though Bieber is, in fact, a woman. But then again, so is Selena, as far as we know. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. Screw that. I haven't... This idea of Bieber spawning kids just sickens me. By the way, that kid would get made fun of in school for the sole fact that he's Justin Bieber's kid. Or her, I don't know. Fuck. Anyway. I got a few things I can bring. I can bring up a quick thing about TNA, just to get in a random bullshit TNA thing. The bromance Tinder hooking up with knockouts thing is completely flawed to begin with. Because to use Tinder, you have to sign up with your Facebook. So this idea that if these were knockouts, because first of all, it's a fucking beautiful people, so you would think. But then again, you know, TNA thinks their audience is fucking stupid. Well, then again, so does WWE when they're using when they're putting Jerry Springer with the Bellas. Ugh. That's another. I'm not even into that. Was god awful. But I will get into NXT later. Thank God. So you would think that DJ Zema Ion, Robbie E, and the Big Brother reject himself, Jesse, and look, here we got a Nintendo kill cycle. You know, where you fuck up so gloriously the game doesn't even give you a chance to recover? That's kind of what that was, but fortunately I recovered. But anyway, you would think that these idiots would know their coworkers. But then again, TNA thinks their audience are a bunch of fucking idiots. Or everyone, or at least 99% of them don't know what the fuck Tinder is or how it works. By the way, here's a plus here. This game is a password system. Thank God. And I think this game also had unlimited continues anyway, so... But yeah, you would think... I don't get it. The whole thing is just fundamentally flawed. Just the idea they have to use Tinder, and you have to sign up with your damn Facebook to even use it. It makes no sense in concept, but then again, that's par for the course for TNA. The same company that booked an electrified cage match at Lockdown in 2007. The same company that had Hogan open up Impact with a 45-minute promo after Bound for Glory. The same company that booked Sharmell and Jenna Maraska in a match. The same company that, for no reason, basically reenacted the Montreal Screwjob. In essence, it was the same thing with the exact same referee. Yeah, that was Earl Hebner involved in that. I'm not kidding. The same referee that was involved in the infamous Montreal Screwjob in 1997 was also involved in the fucking TNA Screwjob, King of the Mountain Screwjob of 2006. Yeah. And who also had referees getting sexual favors to make sure certain people win matches. Yeah. Oh, God. Anyway, how about some bad WCW shit? Now, I thought of bringing this one up just because of the ungodly amount of short fucking, like, there's only one match on this card that went above 10 minutes. There were 3 that went above 8. Everything else was under 7. This is Spring Stampede 2000. Yes. Oh, we are balls deep in Russo shit. And that's not pleasant. I watched some of these fucking old these 2000 era WCW pay-per-views out of morbid curiosity. And trust me, they're bad. They are as bad as you would think. A little backstory. This was right after the infamous WCW reset that happened on the Nitro before. April 10th of 2000. It was the start of the Russo-Bischoff regime. Already you know it's going to be bad when Russo's running things. So, basically, every champion was stripped of their title for no reason other than fuck you, that's why. That's the only reason I could think of. It's certainly a hell of a lot more competent than what they would have thought. So, at this point, they have the tag titles, the US title, the tag US, Cruiserweight, Hardcore, and of course, World. So, they have 2 tournaments. One of them featuring only 4 teams, the other featuring 8 people. The tag team tournament, which featured, I'll get into it as I just go down the card. You had a US title tournament that had a quarterfinal, semifinal, and a final. And then, of course, you had a random hardcore title match in there. You had a Cruiserweight title match in there. And, of course, you had a World title match, which, trust me, it wouldn't be a bad WCW pay-per-view if it didn't end with some bullshit. But I will get into that. First matchup. The Tag Team Championship semifinal match. Team Package, which is Ric Flair and the Total Package, Lex Luger with Elizabeth, defeated the Harris Brothers, Ron and Don, and the Mamalukes, Johnny the Bull and Big Vito with Disco Inferno in a handicap match. Oh, not only was this a fucking tournament match, but it was a tournament match with 2 teams against 1. It was 4-on-2. You already see the problem with this. And of course, Flair and Luger win in a time of 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Mancow, who is apparently some fucking radio host in Chicago. This took place in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. With Al Roker Jr., Turd the Bartender and Freak. No, not the Freak of the Menagerie in TNA, aka Rob Terry. God, it's so... Oh, God. Enough of that. Okay, no more TNA. I'm not even going to get on that fucking sidetrack train. So, Mancow defeated Jimmy Hart in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. This would mercifully be the shortest match on the show. Mancow pinned Hart after hitting him with a steel chair. Oh, in the last match, Luger forced Johnny the Bulls to submit with the torture rack. During this match, Tony Schiavone mistakenly referred to Turd the Bartender as Brian the Whipping Boy, another character from Mancow's Morning Madhouse who did not appear at this event. What a botch! United States Championship quarterfinal match. Scott Steiner defeated The Wall by disqualification in 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Wall was disqualified after he chokeslammed the referee through a table. That would definitely be disqualification. I mean, it's not as bad as, Sting and Abyss from Genesis of 2006. Yeah, he shoves the referee, he hog ties Abyss, hangs him from the rafters, beats him with a baseball bat, not a DQ, but shoving the ref twice isn't a DQ, but clotheslining him is. I know, no logic whatsoever. No, I might as well just fucking bring up what the hell I was... The whole free... Yeah. They repackaged Rob Terry. He's a guy under a mask with the carnival gimmick, the menagerie. But he's called the Freak. As Rob Terry, his nickname was the Freak. And then, of course, TNA and their infamous... infinite stupidity posted on their website, asked, who is the Freak? I could really use a good stiff Jack and Coke. Well, I could have used one last night after finding out George Zimmerman got involved in their violent altercation. Those things that make you want to move to Jupiter. Yes, Professor Farnsworth saying, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I think that on a daily basis, if not twice a day. Anyway, let's see. United States Championship quarterfinal. Mike Awesome defeated Ernest Miller in 4 minutes. Awesome pinned Miller after a frog splash. This was right after Mike Awesome defected ECW, went to WCW, and he was still the ECW champion. So we got this insane runaround where Taz came in. He beat Awesome at a live event for the title. At this point, Taz was in the WWF. He would go on to wrestle on Raw and SmackDown with the ECW title because, you know, Vince actually always had a... they didn't always do it, but, you know, cross-promoted. There was a big thing in '97 when they were cross-promoting and Vince was helping Heyman promote for their first Barely Legal, which was their first pay-per-view. And then you got something like this. So, you know, Taz wrestled on Raw with it. He wrestled on SmackDown with it. And then he would drop the title to Tommy Dreamer at CyberSlam of that year, who would then drop it at the end of the night to Justin Credible. Tommy never wanted to win the ECW title. At all. He never wanted to win it. He only won it because guys left. So obviously, I'm pretty sure it was his, more than likely. I could always, you know, maybe ask him about it on Twitter, but... No, I'm not friends with him. I could always be a random question I could throw out there, but more than likely it's probably his call. You know, I'll drop it to somebody else at the end of the night. Because Paul knew, you know, Tommy wasn't going anywhere. So, yeah. I would like to scratch that I said the Jimmy Hart match was the shortest. No, this is the shortest match of the night. Tag Team title semifinal. Shane Douglas and Buff Bagwell defeated Harlem Heat 2000, Stevie Ray, and Big T, a.k.a. Ahmed Johnson, with Jay Biggs and Cash in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Douglas pinned Ray after a Pittsburgh plunge. So yeah, 2 matches on the card, didn't even go 3 minutes. Douglas... Okay, anyway. United States Championship quarterfinal. Sting defeated Booker T in 6:34. Sting pinned Booker after a Scorpion Death Drop. So far, we're not getting any of the really stupid screwjob finishes, but we're getting a lot of short matches. They crammed a lot of shit into this pay-per-view. You know, if they decided to do the reset maybe about a month earlier or a couple of weeks, they could have... But then again, you know, it's fucking WCW. So they wouldn't have done it. In fact, they shouldn't have even done the reset at all. Oh yeah, this is... I think anyway. Oh, I didn't have any power-up. Okay. I was playing this game earlier, too, and I ended up beating that boss with that spin sword slash thing. And no, I'm not going to bother reading it. I don't care. I should, but I'm not. Because I got too much shit to get into, and this video's... Otherwise, this video's going to go way too long. And if I keep getting sidetracked, it's definitely going to go way too long. Let's see. United States Championship quarterfinal. Vampiro defeated Billy Kidman with Torrie Wilson in 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Vampiro pinned Kidman after Hulk Hogan body slammed Kidman through the announce table. One match actually went over 7 minutes. I'm amazed. Of course, it also featured Hogan getting his little bit of TV time, because he needs it, he's an attention whore. Terry Funk defeated Norman Smiley to win the vacant WCW Hardcore Championship. In 8 minutes and 2 seconds, Funk pinned Smiley after hitting him with a ladder. I believe this was their whole gimmick at the beginning with WCW Hardcore was it would start outside the ring in the back, and they would have to fight to the ring, and they would have to pin him inside the ring. Which, if you know hardcore matches historically, if usually there's been a lot of them. They usually falls count anywhere, no DQ, no count out, all that shit. Let's see. United States Championship semifinal. Sting defeated Vampiro in 5:59. Sting forced Vampiro to submit with the Scorpion Deathlock. And I skipped over one by accident. Semifinal match. Steiner defeated Mike Awesome in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Steiner forced Awesome to submit with the Steiner Recliner. Yep. This wouldn't be the worst thing they did to Mike Awesome. He became that 70s guy and the fat chick Thriller. Oh, God. It's bad. This is so bad. I mean, there is like nothing worth remembering on this show. The sad thing is a lot of these guys are really damn good. Vampiro, Kidman, Funk, Norman Smiley, Scott Steiner I really enjoy. He's a beast. I know people don't like him, but the guy's awesome on the mic. Sting, and then this next match. Chris Candido with Tammy Lynn Stitch defeated the Artist with Paisley, Juventud Guerrera, Shannon Moore with Shane Helms, Lash LaRoe, and Crowbar with Daphne in a suicide six-way match to win the vacant WCW Cruiserweight title. And this would definitely be a match you'd want to go maybe 10-15 minutes. No, they barely gave him 5. It's like the last guy that was coming to the ring all of a sudden got the fucking... They all of a sudden got the go home call. Go home, go home! Oh, God. The real problem with this pay-per-view is a lot of these matches didn't get a chance to breathe. They were so rushed beyond belief. Like I said, the reset shouldn't have fucking happened. But then again, Russo. Speaking of, Tag Team Championship Final. Shane Douglas and Buff Bagwell with Vince Russo defeated Team Package, Ric Flair, and the Total Package with Elizabeth to win the vacant WCW World Tag Team titles in 8 minutes and 29 seconds. So I was wrong, there were 4 matches that went over 8 minutes. Bagwell pinned Package after Chronic attacked both Flair and Package. Oh, my God. We couldn't get a straight finish in a fucking title match. In fact, the Suicide Six-Way, Candido pinned the Artist after Tammy Lynn Stitch pushed the Artist from the top rope. I mean, look at this. The actual title matches. Oh, wait, the hardcore match didn't have a interference finish. United States Championship Final. Scott Steiner defeated Sting to win the vacant WCW United States Heavyweight title in 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Steiner won when Sting passed out while in the Steiner Recliner. They booked Steiner strong. That's great. Which is how he needs to be booked. Because he's a big, jacked up guy. He is fucking absolutely jacked. And the finale, the one match that actually went over 15 minutes. Barely. By 2 fucking seconds. The World Heavyweight Championship Final. Jeff Jarrett defeated DDP with Kimberly Page to win the vacant WCW World Heavyweight title. Jarrett pinned Page after a stroke, following Kimberly turning on her husband and hitting him in the head with Jarrett's guitar. So not only did we have an interference finish, we had a fucking swerve where a man's wife turned on him. Yes, this really fucking happened. Russo loves his fucking swerves, and I'm gonna end up. There's gonna be more footage over this because I've already gone over how much I fucking was gonna need. Anyway, here's the fucking problem. This is, I think every fucking title match except for the hardcore title had some insane interference finish. This is the worst offender because it makes no sense at all. It was just a swerve for the sake of swerve, which is the usual Russo MO. Here's the thing, the next month, within a month, we not only had David Arquette win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship by pinning Eric Bischoff in a tag match on Thunder, we ended up having a triple cage match, which was actually a cool concept, but the idea that Arquette was even champion was ludicrous to begin with. Of course, Russo would later win the title himself, but Arquette said he didn't. When DDP brought the idea up to him, Arquette said, "No, I don't want to do it," and they were basically forcing him to fucking do it. Get eyes on the product. At least I had a point. I mean, it failed miserably and it was god awful, but at least there was a point to it. So not only did we have, of course, Jarrett would win the title back in the triple cage, but it would be because Arquette turned on DDP for no reason at all. Again, no fucking reason. Ugh. And I'm not even to NXT yet. I just realized that. Oh, this is going to be a long video. The only other thing I can bring up is NXT. But first, WWE should honestly be having their NXT performers do a match on Raw every week. It's a 3-hour show. Have them open up the damn show like Naito did with the Cruiserweights. On Raw, we had Tyler Breeze and Sami Zayn against, Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn against Tyler Breeze and Tyson Kidd, who were the 4 guys in the Fatal 4-Way at TakeOver. Man, God, bro, like Neville and Breeze in a one-on-one match on Raw. Give them 15 minutes, and of course, and then that'll be the one highlight, and then it's gonna turn into fucking shit, especially if you bring the Bellas out again. Ugh. But NXT TakeOver. The Ascension have fallen. Sin Cara and Kalisto beat them for the tag team titles. The Ascension would come out later during Kenta's debut. Oh, I'm sorry. Hideo Itami. Mad at General Manager William Regal because they demanding a rematch. Kenta came in and kicked the shit out of him. Yep. Charlotte retained against Bayley. In one squash match, Bull Dempsey destroyed Mojo Rawley. Oh, by the way, at the end of the Charlotte match, Sasha Banks came out, started beating up Bayley. Then Charlotte came back into the ring, threw her halfway across it. Yep. The other squash match of the night. CJ Parker came out on the pre-show. Was mad. He was doing his usual eco shtick. Should be trying to defend the planet. Blah 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 blah. William Regal puts him in a match. Doesn't tell him who his opponent is. I was hoping it was going to be Steen, which would have been nice. And then again, I was me hoping he would drop him the package pile driver, but that doesn't. I don't think they would ever let Steen use that move. Anyway, we get into the match. It's CJ Parker versus Baron Corbin, and I don't know who Baron Corbin is. Sure know who the hell he is now. He beats Parker in 3 moves. Shoves him into the turnbuckle. He clotheslines the fucking shit out of him. I mean, this is how you hit a fucking clothesline. You watch Dean Ambrose hit that rebound clothesline of his? It's something like that, just BAM! I mean, just raw power. And then he picks him up in like kind of a flatliner type move. But only instead of both guys' feet on the ground, he's got his opponent's feet. He's got him completely. He's holding them in the air, and he just whips him back, slams him on his face. Oh, I love that. But before the main event, we have Enzo Amore versus Sylvester Lefort in a hair versus hair match. Frenchie loses. But in an amazing twist, it's not him who loses his hair. They come out with this big bucket of hair removal cream, which, as I found on Slamcast, dates back to the Freebird days. Usually with hair versus hair matches, it's usually some guy getting his head shaved. Not this one. This was probably the best one. Just the comedy of it, mostly because they actually didn't do it all at once. They drew it out over 2 segments. I remember when Edge and Angle had their hair versus hair match. They drew it out over a couple of matches, with Edge chasing him around, with Edge chasing Angle around the arena. So the heel's trying to escape, and Lefort manages to escape, but Marcus Louis doesn't. He gets this bucket of hair cream dumped on his head, and someone had tweeted, so I remember seeing a tweet said, if the creative has any brains, they'll make sure he doesn't have eyebrows. So we go through in the match, they come back, Amore and Cass find Louis. He has a towel over his head, they drag him to the ring, they take off the towel, he's missing big patches of hair, he's missing his eyebrows. I know, we got continuity within a WWE storyline. Who would have fucking known? These guys are probably the funniest duo on NXT. Just that damn entertaining. Cena, take notes. This is how you do comedy. Huh, I mentioned Cena and I die. Go figure. But then we also had the main event. The Fatal 4-Way, which was a definite candidate for Match of the Year. He had a lot of false finishes, some crazy spots. You had Zayn do his Tornado DDT through the turnbuckle. You had Kid get the sharpshooter in Tyler Breeze. Neville comes in, he grabs Breeze's arm, holds it so he doesn't tap out. Of course, Neville wins. He retains the title. This is, I believe, the 3rd NXT event. Yeah, it's the 3rd NXT special that actually Neville has come out on top. He retained the title at the last TakeOver, and then I believe he won it at Arrival. I believe it was, yeah. And I'm just taking a guess here. I think that's what happened, yeah. He won it at Arrival, and that was right after, Bo Dallas would get called up to the main roster. Seriously, if you're not watching NXT, you are fucking missing out. It's amazing. It's night and day. You have Raw, which is the biggest load of 3 hours of bullshit you can see, especially when you've got the Bellas, Jerry Springer, a feud that no one asked for, no one wanted to fucking see. Oh boy. Please come back, Ambrose. But that's going to do it for me in a video that went on way longer than I had intended. God damn your WCW and your insanely stupid pay-per-view. So there is one more thing I want to bring up. I'm actually recording this after the fact. I had to go record more footage. So, and I'm actually recording this on a Saturday, and the Grizz game, Montana Grizz, are playing now. So, I'm just gonna go over this real quick. Smash Brothers for the 3DS is coming out in October. I happen to get a early access code from a fellow YouTuber, Dog on My Lens, Holly, former host on the Operation Killscreen podcast. I'll link her channel here down below, but why do I never do that? It seems like I do that and then I completely forget about it. I feel like an idiot. If I don't link it, please somebody tell me. When I say I'm going to do something and then I don't do it, please fucking tell me. Anyway, I feel bad because she was originally... she posted about it on Facebook. She said she was originally going to give it to Ben, Broland1, one of the hosts on the Rad Rascals podcast, who have actually recorded another episode. I gotta listen to I haven't even fully listened to their episode 64. God, they did that one on the N64, Hidden Gems, and then, oh god, wait till they get to 69. Okay, yeah. God, I'm not even talking to the guy, and somehow it gets derailed into a sex joke. Only Ben can derail anything into a sex joke in 0.69 seconds. Anyway, she said that first come, first serve on Facebook. I got it, so basically demos on the 3DS work. You get a limited number of plays. So I think I have a demo for the Mario and Luigi game on here, and you only get like 12 plays or something like that. But this is unlimited plays, and there's 4 characters. You have Mario, Link, one of the new ones, the villager from Animal Crossing, and the super fighting robot, Mega Man. And yes, I just made a reference to the TV show from the 90s. But I am fucking enjoying it. I cannot wait for Smash Bros. Personally, I think they should release the Wii U version first. They should. They should just release the Wii U. They should have released the Wii U version doesn't come out to fucking October. So, or fucking holiday, so probably December. But they should. They should release that first, so you probably try and put more Wii U's in the people's houses, and then 3DS later. But no. We're getting 3DS first, and then I'm getting both versions anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter to me, but probably would have been a good strategy to do that for more Wii U sales. And now, Pegasus out. And go Grizz.